So the question of the day is, should you upgrade to Wi-Fi 6? So I am going to answer this a little bit later in the video, but before we do, let's get into what Wi-Fi 6 is, how it works, the pros and cons, and why this new technology is unavoidable. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So for this video, I am going to read a little bit from The Verge. Also going to give you some of my personal experience because I do have a lot of Wi-Fi 6 devices hanging around. And also with the new Fire Stick on the horizon, one of the biggest upgrades is that it does come Wi-Fi 6 compatible. And a lot of people are asking if that's worth the upgrade. So I'm going to answer that question a little bit later in the video, but let's jump into Wi-Fi 6, how it benefits you, and where it's going. So Wi-Fi 6 is the next generation of Wi-Fi. It does the basic thing, connect you to the internet, but it also includes a lot of additional technology to make it work more efficiently and speed up your network connection. With Wi-Fi 6, you can get speeds up to 9.6 gigabits per second. And the truth of the matter is, in a real world situation, guys, there's no way you're going to use that speed. For the most part, average speeds in the US is between 70 and 100 megabits per second. But we're still not there where we're going to take full advantage of this technology. But the fact that Wi-Fi 6 has a higher speed, the 9.6 gigabits per second, doesn't have to go in a single computer. It can be split up across a whole network. So when you do the division, guys, imagine dividing 3.5 gigabits per second versus your 9.6. So you'll see a more evenly speed distributed to multiple devices in your house. So when you think of Wi-Fi 6, the first question that always pops up is, how much faster does it make my devices, my network? And the fact that it does make your devices a little bit faster, but instead of boosting the speed of individual devices, what Wi-Fi 6 does, it's all about improving the network with a bunch of devices connected. So the important thing is that Wi-Fi 6 is here and it's all about building towards the future. So when Wi-Fi 5 came out, the average household had 5 Wi-Fi devices in it. Now homes have an average of 9. Personally, I think that's a lot more. I think it's at least triple that. Just thinking of my house, my devices only between my mobile devices, my watch, maybe a couple of smart switches in there, I'm already at 10 devices. My household, if I go to my network configuration page, it's got over 100 devices. So maybe I'm a little bit above average, but I do feel like the average household has a lot more devices in it. So when Wi-Fi 5 came out, the average US household had 5. Now we're talking about 9 devices, but a lot of study shows that within the next couple years, average devices connected to Wi-Fi will be about 50, and I personally think that we're well beyond that. In the comment section, let me know how many devices estimated you think you have connected to your Wi-Fi network. So back to the importance of Wi-Fi 6. So the added amount of devices is going to take a toll on your network, guys. The router can only communicate to so many devices at once, so the more gadgets demanding Wi-Fi, the more network overall is going to slow down. So Wi-Fi 6 includes some new technology that helps mitigate that Wi-Fi issue, especially when your network is spread thin. So it lets your router communicate with more devices at once, lets routers send data to multiple devices in the same broadcast, and lets Wi-Fi devices schedule check-ins with the router. So together, those features should help connections even as more devices start demanding more data. So what makes Wi-Fi 6 faster? So there are 2 technologies responsible for speeding up your network connection. So one is mu-mimo, and a lot of people maybe are familiar with that already. We have seen this in the past couple years with any router that probably has been released within the past 3 or 4 years. And the other one is OFDMA. Now, mu-mimo, which stands for multiple user, multiple input, multiple output, is already in use in routers, but Wi-Fi 6 upgrades it. So the technology allows a router to communicate with multiple devices at the same time, rather than broadcasting to one device and then to the next device and then to the next. Now, Wi-Fi 6 will allow devices to communicate with up to 8 devices. So we know that mu-mimo has been around for a while, and it is a great addition. Like I said, previous to that, your router would have to communicate to one device, then switch to another device, and then switch to another device. So there is a waiting period there, which eventually slows your device down. So mu-mimo improved on that, and with Wi-Fi 6 there are some additional improvements. So the other new technology, OFDMA, which stands for orthogonal frequency division multiple access, allows transmission to deliver data to multiple devices at once. So Wi-Fi 6 allows devices to plan out communications with the router. So this reduces the amount of time they need to keep their antennas powered to transmit and search for signals. So imagine that your device goes into sleep mode and it only checks in so often with your router. That will save you battery versus something that's connected to your router at all times. This will mean that less drain on your battery and improve battery life. So this is all possible because of the new feature called target wake time, which lets routers schedule check-in times with devices. So the feature meant for more smaller, low-power devices, hence your cell phone, need to update their status every now and then. So like I said, I have a Wi-Fi 6 phone, and when I'm in my house, I do have a Wi-Fi 6 compatible router. I always connect to the Wi-Fi 6. Like I said, the speeds are better, connection's better, and there is improvement in the battery life. So let's go over some of the questions about Wi-Fi 6 as it relates to your devices. So question number one, and like I said, with the new Fire Stick coming up, should I upgrade my Fire Stick from the Fire Stick 4K to the Fire Stick 4K Max, which is due to be released on October 7th? So my answer to that is no. If you're not in the market for a Fire Stick, if you have a Fire Stick 4K, it's working well, there's no need to upgrade. However, if you have an older device or older Fire Stick, maybe you have the 1080p version, you want the 4K version, now it's a good time to jump on the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. If you're someone that's in the market for a Fire TV Stick, comes with Wi-Fi 6 of course, but also it is going to have a little better processor and a little bit better RAM, so definitely a no-brainer there in my opinion. Other question, should I purchase a Wi-Fi 6 router? So answer is going to be similar as it pertains to the Amazon Fire TV Stick. So if you're in the market for a router, guys, definitely go ahead and pick it up. If you're someone who already has a router that has multiple networks, that means it has a 2.4 or 5 gigahertz, maybe a second 5 gigahertz, working well, you don't need to upgrade at this point. However, if you're gonna be shopping for a router, might as well upgrade to the newest technology. So another question, have you tested Wi-Fi 6? Do you see the difference? And absolutely yes. So if you guys have been watching my T-Mobile review on my T-Mobile home internet, Wi-Fi 6 is consistently faster. Coverage is pretty good as well. So just wrapping it up, if you're in the market for the new Fire Stick, I'll go ahead and link that in the description. If you're in the market for a new Wi-Fi 6 router, I'll go ahead and link a couple in the description as well. Maybe we start with a budget option and we'll work our way up to the more advanced devices. Also, I will be adding all of these devices in my Amazon store. Go ahead and check it out. Have any additional questions, drop it in the comments. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.